After 15 years of Monster Hunter, it is time to decide which monster is the best. And these are the only two people qualified for the job. Welcome back to Ultimate Turf Wars.
You gotta do a drum roll with one arm.
No, nor should you do drum rolls in the first place.
You can't stop me. When I was a boy, my mama looked at me and asked, what do I want to be when I grow up? And I said, a percussion instrument. And she looked at me and went, this boy's special. And that's my origin story. Battle 1, Zelda's Queen and the Stone Fist. Zelda's Queen.
Ooh.
Which I can understand because you really let your crab boy down.
I don't know what you mean I let him down. Like, there's only so much you can say about Big Hand Crab.
There's only so much. You define him by his freaky arm, you monster.
No, the game does.
It is literally his name, isn't it? Yes. Alright, Amatsu and Vespoid, the world's most fair and balanced of matchups. It's 54-46, man.
The fairest matchup. Like, obviously, the votes have to reflect that.
Then between Gormagala and Solseer, this one is categorically wrong. But Gormagala won 58%.
Yeah,
like,
that one's...
It's a baby monster against one of the strongest deviants. I don't understand.
And it literally makes that deviant stronger. Yeah, I think people may have let their personal feelings
their bias
into this one a
towards
little bit.
Edgelord Magala.
Just give him 60% against a monster he should lose against.
Oh, dude!
Oh, damn.
Fucking hell! Fuck me sideways with a lemon!
It's one vote.
50% to 50%!
But there's one vote difference!
One vote! 850
Wait,
to
hold up.
Do you have a vote? Do you have a vote, Dino?
No, I already voted.
Alright, first new battle of the century. No, I need a more emphatic roar, please. You sound like a Devil Joe that's going through puberty.
Yeah, so you got a problem with that? Trying to take this Odoger onto the ball.
What were you like when you were younger?
Sexy monsters aside.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go!
Is that Behemoth?
Yeah! Is that,
Well,
is that Leshen?
Yeah.
It just looks like a stump with antlers.
I figured it's got the skull.
It's got the skull. It just looks like white paint is spilt onto
Why
it.
does Behemoth have horns on his horns?
You do think that would be weird, but that's genuinely, right? That's what he do. That's how Behemoths do. He has horns on his horns.
He's got a balloon that says muscles.
Yeah, that's where his muscles go.
Of course.
Look. Fucking Behemoth. You were a tree, mate. And he has a meteor. I wonder how you're gonna get out of this. The battle of the crossovers is strong. And it's actually a really good matchup, thinking about it. The fact this has happened through pure randomness is crazy. But yeah, look, he's just gonna wrap his meaty fucking face around Leshen, crack him like a literal twig, snap. And that's ignoring all of the fire. The lightning wouldn't do much. It's wood. Who cares about shocking wood? But the fire everywhere. The meteors just... We've seen what the Igni sign does to Leshen. It's all like... Wah! So what do you think actual hellfire apocalypse from the sky is going to do? And my time is up. Are you ready?
I guess.
Hit me. You sound so defeated already. Hit me with your rebuttal. Go!
Go! It's supposed to count!
Go!
Well, one thing I would like to say, just for accuracy's sake, is lightning is actually really bad for trees if they're dry. So
yeah, that actually is a good point. Dude, I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yes, I am a tree against a monster that has a literal ecliptic meteor that it does 4 times throughout the fight, but he's just gonna walk up and like stick his roots through the floor, and they're gonna come back out under Behemoth where he can't attack him and skewer him just in one hit because he's real powerful with his branches. And you've seen them on the Monster Hunter maps. They go through solid walls because we haven't actually like programmed that in, which means that they can go through Behemoth because he's not as tough as a solid wall, and we can't program that in. So it's just going to go through and it's going to impale him in one hit, and Behemoth's not going to have any protection because he can't set something on fire that's inside of you. Unless you want to die as well. That's...
You have 5 seconds.
I have 5 seconds left. Leshen is a tree, and trees are cool.
Can I please submit this to the Council of Brand New Sentences? You can't set something on fire that's inside of you. That has never been said before in human history, and I think we've made new grounds today. It is shaky as a leaf in the wind to say that because his branches clip through the terrain from bad programming, they could pierce Behemoth, alright? Our strongest weapons can only get through certain parts of him, and the rest they dinky-dink off emphatically.
Oh no.
And his skin is no different the all way round him, so it's pretty tough stuff. From another world, he is. You know, granted, Leshen is too, but like, this is high fantasy versus low. That already is a huge gulf to cross. And yeah, Leshen is ghosty, and he can do the mist form and the ravens and stuff, and, you know, maybe the meteor might not affect him while he's gone into poofy poof form, but it would.
Yeah, he would have to time it like the Final Fantasy
Yeah, he would have to time it like the Final Fantasy jump. But the thing is, the meteor and all the fire would eradicate literally every single one of his birds and jaguars constantly, all the time. So they're not going to do literally a dang thing. So, you know, perhaps in a world his roots can pierce. Maybe. But even then, I think a Behemoth in its death throes would crush him like brittle wood.
He also just, like, fucks up an entire forest of Pookie real quick and then just leaves. Just because he feels like it. He's a real dick, which means that he wouldn't hesitate to just shove his twigs in your eyes and blind you so that you couldn't even actively hit him.
Just shoves twigs in your eyes and blinds you so you couldn't actively hit him.
But when you're talking about durability, Leshen takes as long for one hunter to kill as 4 hunters take to kill Behemoth.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But Behemoth's doing that through pure life force. Leshen's doing that because he's kind of sort of half ethereal, and we just gotta really chip away at his life force.
Yeah, that's also true. But we also get stuff like the Igni sign, which stuns him and gives us a lot more open.
But I think that's the crux of the matter, right? Igni is just a small little candle compared to Behemoth's fire. And if it's affected by Igni that much, I mean, the meteor one-shots it. Just straight up.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is as much as I'm trying to fight for what I can fight for, it's a monster with really powerful fire against a tree monster. Like, it's like, I'm doing what I can here, but it's the literal meteor monster against a fucking tree.
The literal fire apocalypse against a fucking tree.
Yeah.
Look, I grant you there may be a situation in which he does his roots and like maybe pushes in through the eye socket and squelches around inside of him.
Oh yeah, no,
has some precise root action.
Well, you say precise, but like he like flays them out in every direction. If he got a good shot around the head, it would probably do some damage.
I think on average, Behemoth quite just casually kills a Leshen by kind of being near him, and I think there are some freak occurrences, like maybe 95 times out of 100, Behemoth wins, and then the others, Leshen gets a very lucky on point
I'd say
stab.
maybe bring it down to 90. That's all I'll argue for.
Sorry. Are you saying at the end of the day, your crux of this argument is, look, all right, I'm thinking 90% of the time he wins, not 95%. Take that!
I think I might be able to get an extra 5%. Bitch.
Might be able to get an extra 5%. All right, next up. And by next up, I mean surprise! We have a new thing happening. So, of course, one of the major components of this is our incredible artistry, really bringing the creatures to life before we have them bring each other to death. But who draws best? Huge welcome to our Independent Artist Association representative. This is his card.
Any of those?
Why do you do that?
I love the sight of, well, now I've got to forge an ID card for the fucking video. All right, if you cast your eyes to the offerings, we have Behemoth and Leshen. What's your take?
This is a problem, by the way. You see, I identified what the first one was very quickly, and the second one I've never seen before. So I don't know whether you want me to pick the one that looks better, because Dino's at a huge disadvantage here.
Some of you might not know.
As someone who wants to win, I think I'm okay with Dino being at a huge disadvantage.
No, I'm gonna look it up. Okay, no, Dino's done a good job here. Dino's done a good job.
What? It looks like a stump with antlers.
I can't disagree with that, but also that's what the monster looks like.
That's
Have
sort of
you
what its
noticed the
face
muscles
looks
on mine?
I would argue that Dino would have got more points if he'd made it like really thin and gangly, like the actual thing. It's quite thick.
Yeah.
You know, I've got to say, there's just more expression and more memes though in Josh's, and I don't know anything about the lessons, so I think you just lose by default here.
Fair. I accept this.
All right, thank you. We'll return in a little bit. All right, I want to say before we reveal these, you are going to be put in an uncomfortable position no matter what.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go!
No! That's amazing, but no!
That's amazing, but no!
It took me a second to realize the grid paper neck, though.
Green paper neck! Oh my god.
Even Toby just like, no, I can't do this!
I can't kill a dodo! Dodo's just like, oh, why am I here? And you want to know, it was supposed to be the tongue, but it does look like he's gargling toxic
Acid.
waste. Yeah.
It's like, this does not taste like rocks!
I've made a huge mistake!
Please! It burns!
Oh my god. Alright, you're up first this time. And bear in mind, alright, if you kill a dodo, you are a
No,
criminal.
I know. You don't
3,
even have
2,
to
1,
remind me.
go!
I'm not doing this. Dodo wins. I can't fight against a dodo. Does it count if I, like, incapacitate him?
I guess, yeah, that does count, to be fair. We'll say that counts. Like we
Alright,
capture
cool.
him, we capture him. We beat him up and
Yeah.
capture him. That's okay.
Okay. Toby Kadachi is a little fast static electricity bouncy boy, and he does the real, like, he does the really cool, like, the flying squirrel stuff, but he also does the really cool electricity stuff. And I love that it's all static electricity, because, like, it does the damage, but it has a little bit less of the so he's more about the speed than the actual power of the hit. Like, he's more, like, his lightning represents him more than Kieran's lightning represents Kieran, because Kieran's really fast, but the lightning's really, like, small, like big hits in small amounts, whereas Toby's just, like, big hits in large amounts of everything, fucking all the time. And he's got his big-ass tail, and he's slapping Dodo's face, and Dodo's just gonna be like, oh, that's so soft, thank you. And then Toby's gonna be like, you're welcome, buddy. I know you like soft things rubbing you on the face. And then Dodo's going to be
Your
like,
time
well,
is up.
this is wonderful. So I'm
And
going
I'm
to
glad
leave
your
you
time
alone
is up
and
because-
let you win now.
Because this sensed like it was going in a real fan fiction direction that I don't think I
Look,
would be comfortable.
man, you can't let me
comfortable
talk
with.
about Dodo. I'm so upset that you got to draw Dodo.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go! So firstly, I got Dodo, so you can't. You gotta let me just attack you. But even in a world where these guys are fighting properly, obviously Toby's got the speed, gonna be jumping all around the place, flipping, and Dodo could be like, what? Where? Oh, over there. Oh, I'm confused. But his fiery balls are gonna really make a big difference here, because Dodo has a lot of fiery balls to him, and he's gonna put magma everywhere, and Toby, you know, statistically is eventually gonna land in a pool of magma and burn his little furry feet off. And that is going to really sting. He's going to be a singed Toby Kadachi. And if he takes a direct hit, then his fur in general is going to be, ooh, you don't want that burnt hair smell. And the thing is, the longer he fights, the more fiery hits he takes, the less he's going to have that fur, which means the less his electricity is going to be able to be generated because it is static from his fur. So Toby is just going to get weaker and weaker and weaker the longer this fight goes on. So the question is, how much can a dodo tank when a dodo do tank? The answer is a fair amount. He lives in the Elder's Recess. He fights Uragan. He has fucking just iron courage, does this little champion. And my time is up.
Right courage.
Right courage, this little
No, rock,
champion.
rock courage. He eats the rocks and gains the courage.
Yeah, he's used to super harsh environments. His scales are pretty tough. I think he could handle slaps from Toby for a while.
I mean-
but the thing is, Dodo has to survive in much harsher areas, and he has to compete with much more deadly creatures.
He doesn't really compete, though, because the thing is, he doesn't even have to compete with them for food. He just eats the rocks.
He doesn't have to
Which
compete
they
with the
don't
rocks
really
for
fight
food.
for. No. He just eats the rocks and he's happy, and then he sleeps inside of the rocks, and nothing really minds.
Dodo is actually weak to thunder.
I've never had to look at Dodo's weaknesses.
Yeah, right! Alright, we're going after Dodo, guys! So I suppose, really, it depends if Toby's electricity debilitates him before he tanks enough fire.
Well, I think it's a matter of having, like, the magma inside of him is, like, a relatively precise process. Like, it has to stay in the right places or else it could probably fuck him up. So Toby, like, shocking him while it's in his mouth probably makes it splash to places that you don't necessarily want it.
Ooh, a belly full of magma while he's in paralytic shock.
Yeah, like vibrating with magma inside of you. I imagine that's not a good thing even if you're built to have the magma. Think of it like someone's making you laugh while your mouth's got a drink in it. Like, you're gonna spit that shit out.
Is Toby gonna make Dodo laugh?
Yes, he's
oh man, that's hilarious!
He's gonna tickle him with his fucking feather dusted tail.
Tickle him with the tail!
And then he's gonna spit the magma all over the place and, like, come out of his nose. That's right, because that's how drinks come out.
He's gonna come out of his magma nose!
Ah, my nose is burning. Oh, it might even get to his brain because it's magma. No, Dodo, but yes, Toby.
I do think the electricity would start giving him problems very quickly.
For sure.
He'd start being paralyzed, he'd lose bodily functions, his organs would fry. So really, I think this comes down to what you see the more realistic situation. Toby takes a full magma blast first, or does Dodo take a full electric tail slam first?
The answer to that is 100% the environment, because Toby's really, really jumpy, but if there's nothing for him to jump to, I think he will struggle a little.
I don't know, I think it actually, as much as I hate to admit it, Toby is super quick even on flat ground. Like, he could literally run circles around Dodo. And the thing is, he could jump on Dodo's back and then do his, like, bodily charge up little thing that he does.
Yeah, that's true. He could do that. That would be bad.
I think Dodo would just feel very abused and desperate, and I think it would come down to a solid magma shot. Yeah, Dodo is fucked.
I'm
not comfortable with this interaction.
I think I'm winning, but I'm not happy about it.
Alright guys, let us know. Is your sympathy for Dodo gonna help you? Or is your cold heart of logic gonna lean you towards the Toby? Look at that face, man. Look at that face and look what you've done.
How did you make him look sadder?
Right? That's because he knew he was dying, man. Alright, our representative from the Ministry of Art Knowing.
I feel really bad.
He's from a different place that does the same thing now.
Yeah, a different place that does the same thing. Sounds the same.
I don't recognize Dino and Josh got Dodo Gamma. Like, what? This is fucking cheap. Oh, it is. Yeah. It is. Okay. No, I don't think you've done a bad job.
Point out that yours wasn't recognized and mine was.
Well, yeah, but you also have a significantly more recognizable face.
You just got. I think Dodo Gamma shouldn't be allowed in this.
Yeah, that's what I like. You should have heard the argument.
By the way, you need to realize that Dino just argued for 10 minutes on why Dodo Gamma should die.
I sat there like I tried to argue for maybe incapacitating, and in the end said I don't want to do this. It's making me sad.
Is this a best of 3?
It's a best of 3, yeah, obviously, yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Dino just to screw you, Josh.
Yeah.
Final fight, so 3, 2, 1, go!
What the fuck?
Says you? Why has he got a long snout? You look like somebody's forcibly fused Nergi with Fatalis.
Okay, I've done Nergi before for this, so I did everything in my power to try and draw it in a different style somehow. So this was the best I could do.
So you went with moronic?
No, it's like
you went with moronic.
I mean, yours, I do have to admit, that thing is angry, which would have been right. But then I looked at it closer, and he just looks really, really old and decrepit.
It's like, ah.
It's like an 80-year-old Rajang eating a pill.
80-year-old Rajang eating
a pill.
Furious Rajang.
Oh, is it? That's wonderful.
So this is the suggested comment. Ding from Ding.
This guy.
Yeah, this Ding. Now, granted, he did Ding suggest base Rajang, but that's a write-off. So we gotta go with Furious Rajang, so there's actually something to discuss here. 3, 2, 1, go! Rajang winds up his fist, punches Nergi in the face, and all of his spikes fall off, and he runs away with his tail between his legs. Because it's fucking Rajang, okay? I don't know what you want from me here. He is going to pick up a rock the size of Nergi 3 times over and drop it on him. And then he's going to laugh as he gets squished and squirms. He's going to grab hold of Nergi's spikes, he's going to rip them off, and then impale both of them through his eyes. This is the Chuck Norris of monsters, okay? The ground is scared of him when he walks on it. And you think some bitchy-ass elder dragon, yeah, he's the eater of elders, but that's because he literally eats them. As someone quite rightly pointed out in the last time Nergi came up, he does have a more scavenger tendency. He goes after the weaker ones. That's why he chases down that injured Teostra. He doesn't fight them from full. He takes a lot of damage in their turf wars. He's not really as badass as he would like us to believe, whereas Rajang is literally badass with blood flowing through it. That's my time. Good luck. Go.
Nergigante is monster that's covered in spikes, and if you think he's gonna knock him off with his fist, then you're ridiculous, because you're ridiculous, and he's ridiculous. He's not gonna punch him in the face, and all the spikes are gonna fall off his body. They're a big problem, because you punch spikes and you stab your hand. That's how punching sharp things works. And then what happens when he punches them, and they get stuck in his hand, and he pulls them out, and they're still stuck in his hand, and then Nergigante grows back to black spikes, which are even harder and sharper, and they're dangerous. Rajang does have a lot of advantages, because he's very physically strong, but we can hit Nergi a lot with a lot of powerful things, and I feel like we've definitely have done things to him that are much more than that one large rock. So while I could say that one large rock probably will do a bit to Nergi if he can get the hit, it definitely won't just fucking one-shot him. It's not big enough for that. And Nergi, that'll just put black spikes all over his body. That attack essentially is calling for a dive bomb to happen, which is really bad for Rajang. You don't want to get dive bombed by no Nergi, even if you are furious, because you got black spikes sticking out of you, you die. Because the one thing about Rajang is that he's super squishy.
So,
you know?
Nergi's also super squishy. We kill him in minutes. Rajang, especially Furious Rajang, has his Kaioken arms, which make even purple sharpness bounce. So he could punch a spike, and it would just crumble against his fist as it punches into his body.
Fair enough, it'll break it off, but the black spikes also bounce everything that we have access to, at least.
I mean,
so
yeah, okay, fair enough. That's an interesting debate. Would Rajang's Kaioken red-veined fucking iron arms or Nergi black spikes come off the better? Yeah. I definitely don't think they would impale, but maybe he wouldn't break them either. Maybe it would be like a dink clash.
I think it would be unstoppable force, immovable object.
Yeah, maybe, perhaps. But he's also got near unparalleled agility. This dude catches Kirin, the literal fastest monster. Yeah. He needs to avoid/survive the dive bomb, and then he can go back at it. And the thing is, right, he also has his own jump in the air, spin around, crash down. So that could be quite an amusing thing to have at the same time. And Nergi's chief elemental weakness is thunder. Just saying.
Yep, that is
that
true.
Laser beam is gonna fucking sting that Nergigante.
Will he be able to use his black spikes to stay alive long enough for Rajang to possibly get tired? And I don't know if Rajang will get tired. But that's essentially all I think that Nergi's really got there.
Specifically, the thunder crash from above and the laser beam are gonna absolutely devastate Nergigante. And I think that on top of taking blows of that strength from his fists, he's gonna be escaping pretty soon, or at least try to. But again, Rajang mega fast.
Label this, I think, as maybe 75 to 80% Rajang.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. I think normal Rajang, I think probably 60-40 in favor of Nergi. But I think Furious
it
really
is so
does
close.
tip that balance.
He does.
I really do. All right then, guys. Who's your winner in the battle of angry monkey screams and angry dragon screams? That is your decision to make.
But before we get your answer on that, who's the winner of
the
drawings of the angry monkey screams?
Here now we have a representative from the Museum of Extreme
International
Art and Entertainment. International Extreme Industry Drawing Line Evaluator.
Hello.
Nice.
There we go. We found the magic words.
Oh my god. Josh, your Tio is in horrific pain. He's in. Okay. I don't know what to tell you, dude.
It's so much pain, man.
I know. Things are looking really good.
Look.
Yeah, no, that looks like Tio. but like burning alive in its own flames, Tio.
Shut the fuck up!
Your Nergigante looks like a friendly dog.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm sorry, Josh, you got robbed.
Look, I accept this because I think I've got a pretty good chance in the battles themselves here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Thanks for your contribution. We won't see you next week. Alright guys, that's your fights for the week. Let us know what your feelings and thoughts are. Suggest your own matchups, and as always, we will do the most highly rated one no matter how ridiculous it might be. Like and enjoy this, subscribe for more. We'll fight you next time. Oh good. Well, the monsters will, we won't.
The monsters,
fight
yeah,
you.
we're not.
Yeah.
And they're gonna fight each other, not you.
Yeah, so don't
Goodbye.
worry. When I was a young boy.
Oh, are you starting?
I'll start. I'll fucking start, mate. When I was a young boy.
Well, do
All
3,
right.
2, 1, go.
Yeah, my mama looked at me and said, "What do you want to be when I grow up? When I grow, what do you want to be when I grow up?" And I said, "The debate king." And either way, Beam.